Zona has been signed by Forza, and I am equal parts confused and angry.
What? What the fuck?
Zona was one of the many coaches implicated in the ESIC investigation that concluded with about 36 different coaches being banned. Zona's actions during his time at Hard Legion were so egregious that he received the longest of all the bans, totaling 36 months. If we look at the report produced by ESIC, you'll see that he abused or triggered the bug in over 400 rounds of competitive play, which is an absurdly high number. A number of these infractions were during the ESL 1 Road to Rio qualifier, so Hard Legion lost all their RMR points. Yet still, Forza decided they're going to hire this. So what did they hire him for? Well, they signed him to be the coach or on the coaching staff for their youth team. Because yeah, he seems like a great role model. Nobody could be better for influencing the youth of your organisation than the guy who cheated in all 35 rounds of their overtime victory over Na'Vi.
That was sarcasm!
No way.
When you look at how frequently he was triggering this thing, it's hard to imagine that he wasn't using it. If the players didn't notice, they're either stupid or lying, but still, he was definitely abusing it in some way. It's bad enough that many large teams have just kind of dodged the issue. They've moved their coaches into managerial roles or roles that aren't directly related to the team, so not really firing them, a lot of them failing upwards. But these people have decided this guy is going to form our youth for the future, grow them into professional players, and at the same time he's going to represent the company as an outward facing member of the company. So this is a terrible decision that has been made by Forza. So let's address some of the people trying to defend Zona. The CEO of Forza went on Twitter and he tried to defend himself and Zona by calling dissenters morons, essentially. He brought up that Zona had managed to take young players to a major in the past. This is supposed to be like the evidence for his competency. That's all well and good, providing he didn't cheat. But we've seen from this major cycle that he's clearly willing to. This sort of failing sideways just shows off how much contempt the Forza organisation truly has towards ESIC, as well as their contempt for the entire scene and competitive integrity. Others may try to approach this issue by comparing him to Steel. Now, Steel was part of the iBuyPower throw. He was banned for life by Valve from competing in Valve-sponsored tournaments, which at the time was a ban that was mirrored by all of the largest tournament organisers. I'm not here to argue that Steel did nothing wrong, but if we compare the consequences they've actually faced compared to the crime they committed, Steel threw one game, which yes, definitely a punishable offence. Zona cheated in 16 maps of Counter-Strike, which is, they're not even comparable in terms of volume. Yes, Steel's was a direct throw for a loss, but how can we really say that what Zona did is any less morally corrupt? He was cheating to try to win. If we compare the severity of their two crimes to the sentences they will actually end up seeing through, Steel spent at least 2 years just not competing at anywhere near the highest level. Most of his achievements on his Wikipedia page you can find are Face It Pro League results, as in he was playing pugs for all that time. Then when he finally does get onto teams, he's playing at such a low level and he's forming all these young players, forming these young teams, carrying them up. Then the Ghost project happened, and that's how he worked his way back up into the upper echelons of Counter-Strike. But he didn't immediately start that climb. He first did have to pay his penance. So you can't compare this to Steel, because Zona will have faced almost none of his ban. Forza need to drop Zona. This situation is farcical. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Ciao.